Teachers. APE has been called by many names by classroom teachers. We found out some teachers refer to us as the APE Black Mafia. Call us whatever you like, but know this. APE will legally destroy any administrator who tries to abuse its members. Join today, and then let your administrator know APE is coming and hell is coming with us. Why? Because APE knows how to protect your career and certification. Call us at 770-347-8797 or go to myapenow.com and get the peace of mind you deserve. Oh, and I almost forgot. Our office is located in downtown Midtown at 1170 Peachtree Street, Suite 1200, Atlanta, Georgia, 30309. Now, back to Caesar. Hey, did you know APE represents only teachers and not administrators? We believe representing teachers and administrators together is a conflict and just plain crazy. Teachers, you will never have to worry about who APE represents when APE shows up at your school. Newsflash, if you are part of an organization that allows principal clowns, quit today and join the most powerful and aggressive teachers union of the South. APE, call us today at 770-347-8797 or go to myapenow.com or email us at aggressiveprotection@yahoo.com. Oh yeah, Caesar is home.
All right. We're going to get right to it. We ain't got time to play. I want to talk about, first of all, my daughter had her birthday party today. Her birthday was on the 15th of this month. But, we had so much death in the family, we decided to have her party on today. And we had a great time. And baby honesty, So I thank the Lord for blessing me with a daughter. All right. I want to get straight to it. I don't have time to play. Superintendent Beasley, Morcease, whatever they call him, must go. Anytime. Now, you're supposed to be a superintendent. Anytime you allow something to keep, something to keep going on without you investigating yourself as a leader. As a leader, you should want to investigate. As a leader, you should want to know what happened. Okay? We sent him a letter. He hasn't responded to the letter. From my understanding, at my office, they told me they haven't seen a letter that he responded back to the letter. I asked him in the letter I sent to him, I think it was over the summer. I can't remember when I sent the letter, but I sent him a letter asking him to sit down to meet with my staff. And he don't have to do it. He don't have to meet with us. That's his business. I care less whether he meet with us or not. But we asked him to sit down to discuss about teachers in Clayton County been placed on a list. Okay? Mr. Foster, Larry Foster. Everybody know Mr. Foster. He's with our organization, the most powerful organization on the planet, APE. And it was something that went down in 2009. I'm not saying he was the one behind it, because I don't know that. But I do know that we sent him a letter to ask him to investigate. It's almost like that he's part of the trying to help cover it up. Because if he's not part of the cover up, then why won't he set a meeting for us to discuss what happened to these teachers? We have teachers down at the state capitol, okay? At the state capitol where they send this for cheating. That's serious. This is nothing to play with. I don't care if it happened in 2009. I care less when it happened. It's serious. Anytime you have teachers' name placed on the list, your teachers that teach in Clayton County, teachers are named on the list. They can't even get jobs because they're named on this list. And Mr. Foster gave me this list. We have a copy of this list of teachers been placed on a list for cheating, and they didn't even cheat over at North Clayton Middle School. That's one of the schools. They say there's more schools than North Clayton Middle. That's the school they told me about. And I hear it's more schools than that. And we have sent letters to the superintendent. We sent letters to the DA, Tracy Graham, before she left. I don't know if they're going to investigate or not, but we asking for an investigation. Because I don't got tired of it. We asked for an investigation. We sent a letter down to the Student Achievement Office asking them to investigate, and we're going to picket them next week. We're going down to the Capitol, and we're going to picket at the Capitol next week about what's going on in Clayton County, about this mess, about them trying to, about these teachers being placed on the list. Now, we asked him to sit down to talk to us about these teachers on the list so we can try to work this thing out and find out what truly happened, what's going on. Mr. Foster has simply asked him as a professional about what's going on about these teachers being placed on the list. This man is out there fighting for justice. He's out there fighting, doing the best he can, trying to find out what happened with these teachers in Clayton County being placed on the list for cheating. And they didn't even cheat. This thing is worse than an Atlanta public school cheating scandal, in my opinion. It's worse than that. Because if they cover this thing up, somebody needs to go to jail. I believe that. I don't care who done it. Whoever involved in it. And as a leader, as a superintendent, as a leader, it is your job to get to the bottom of this mess. To make sure, to be good guardian angels of the taxpayers' money. Your job that we pay you. I'm a citizen myself. We pay you to make sure that the ship is selling the way it should be selling. And then I hear all this mess about the man just leave and go out of town. Somebody told me this. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know anything about it. It's like hearsay. People might say, well, that's just hearsay. You know, I don't know if it's hearsay or not. But I do know this. A good leader leads by example. And I ain't mistaken. He was with Johnny Brown. If I'm not mistaken. When I was with Mace, at the Teacher Union Mace, I think he was with Johnny Brown, with the DeKalb superintendent. They got rid of him in DeKalb, Superintendent Brown in DeKalb County. I think he came up with him. I think. Don't quote me on that. But I think something got to be did when it comes to leadership. We in Clayton County need real leadership. We ain't got time for somebody walking around trying to look pretty. We need real leadership. We need somebody going to stand up for justice, stand up for what's right. The kids going to always be left behind if you don't get discipline under control. The school system going to always be last if you don't lead by example. You have to have a leader. Calling people down in Clayton County, they don't call you back. What kind of mess is that? You got people that we call down in Clayton County, we call them, and they don't even call you back. And the board has hired these people to do their jobs. You call them, they don't even call you back. Don't even have the common courtesy to give you a call back. But they're supposed to be the superintendent. And they're supposed to be principals and in charge and leadership. See, it's time off of this mess. It's one of the reasons why, I almost ran for school board. Again, sometimes you have to just take things in your own hand, run for office, and do what you got to do. Because people sometimes, board members are scared to just simply shoot the ball. Or they're afraid of sacks or whatever. Mark Elgart. They're afraid of sacks. They're afraid to do what's right because of sacks. You got to do what's right for the kids. You got to make decisions right for the kids, not because you're out there taking pictures with the superintendent all over the place, smiling and grinning. What's that? You have to do your job as a board member. Your job is you are elected to make sure that the taxpayers of Clayton County, and I'm a taxpayer, and the people of Clayton County have a superintendent that is up for the job. They have a superintendent that's going to follow the law. Have a superintendent that believes in transparency. That's what it's about, folks. See, it's time out to continue to elect these same old crazy folks. And I know a lot of people on the Clayton County board, good people. Good people. I know them personally. But you got to shoot the ball. If someone's not doing what they're supposed to do, they're supposed to be the leader of a school system, then you got to call that mess out. If they're not showing up for events and going out of town and not doing their jobs and stuff like this, like we paying $300 something. I don't know what he make. I don't know what the man make. But we paying all this money. We ain't paying all this money for him to go all over town having a great time. Don't care nothing about that. We paying the man to do a job. He's get paid to do a job. He's the superintendent. Do it. Do your job. Well, that's what you should be doing. Your job. You're getting paid all that money, taxpayers' money, all that money. And people are afraid to call him out on the mess. I don't know what they're afraid of. From my understanding, Pam Adamson. Pam Adamson is the one brought him here. I don't know how he got here, to tell you the truth. I really don't know. But I'm sure somebody will tell me. We have something called Ape Anonymous. If you're afraid to call Ape and tell me what's going on in Clayton County school system, you can go to our website at myapenow.com under Ape Anonymous. Or you can send us to our on our website. You can send us some information. Or you can send it to our office downtown. Now, you might be afraid of the school system, but I guarantee you, Ape is not afraid of no school system. That you can believe. No superintendent. Strike no fear in Caesar. Now let's straighten that record out. Let's get that straight. So I come to tell you, if you are afraid to stand up, if you work for the Clayton County school system and you're afraid to stand up for what's right, and fight for the things that you know that's right for children, you need to get out of there too. You need to resign. You ain't no good either. You need to resign. Because I strongly believe if you're not going to stand up for what's right, when I was on the school board in Clayton County, I stood up for what was right. People didn't like it. I did not care. I did what is right for children. And that's why they got rid of me. They tried to get rid of me. I say that. Because they knew I stood for what was right. See, as a school board member, you got to stand up for what's right. You can't be afraid to shoot no balls around here. If you're the superintendent, if you're a board member, if the people elected you to do a job, do it. Do the job. Do the job. You don't keep nobody in power just because you like them. You keep them in power because you get the job done. They get the job done. They work hard, and they get the job done. Now, I don't know about his record as getting the job done. I do know about his record not returning. When you send messages to him, he don't respond back. Now, he might have responded back to one of my co-workers. I don't know nothing about it. He could have. Because I know they had an email going back and forth. The superintendent, was forwarding, and Mr. Foster was forwarding something back and forth. I don't know what's going on, but I know this. I know that it's wrong to have teachers' name on the list and they did not cheat. Now, I do know that. And I don't know he was down at, we're still investigating this thing. I don't know he was just had anything to do with all that. And I'm not saying he did have anything to do with it, but he's the superintendent now. Just like President Trump don't want to do what's right. He's the president. We don't care what's happened in the past and the past superintendents or the past presidents of the United States of America. You're the president now. Shoot the ball. Do what's right for the people. And he just won't do it. That's another story. But the superintendent is no different. He's the CEO. I call superintendent CEO because I strongly believe they have that much. That's a lot of work doing that job. That job's not easy, And so if it is easy, then something's wrong. So we're gonna picket the state capitol, the student achievement office. I sent them a letter. They haven't responded. Either, so they're getting picketed. See, we're going straight to the governor. We're taking this straight to the governor. Because I strongly believe that, if you don't want to do right, I don't care, you're the governor. And I like Governor Kemp. He have done a lot of things, great things for teachers. But I'm going to picket him. It might be him, but it's going to be the Student Achievement Office. We're going to protest against them for not responding or investigating. And they could be getting ready to investigate, and I just don't know about it. I don't know, but they're moving too slow. So we're going to picket them. So they're getting picketed. And we'll put that on live. It's going to be live. It's going to be a humdinger. So we're looking. This is the reason why, in my opinion, people say, well, yeah, you the superintendent got to go. Yeah, I say you got to go. And it can't be too early. You need to leave tonight if you can. It's time to do the job. If you're going to be superintendent of a school system, I don't care if it's Clayton County or DeKalb County, I got a problem with Green too. He needs to respond to stuff too. A lot of superintendents. But I'm dealing with the Clayton County school system right now. If you're going to be superintendent, you're going to be the top dog. If you're going to be the captain of the ship, you got to call folks back. You got to return people's phone call. You got to respond back to people. We asking what happened. We simply ask the man what happened. I could have went down and picked the man already. I haven't picked that man. I haven't picked the superintendent of Clayton County. I ain't said nothing bad to today about the superintendent of Clayton County because I believe in giving people a chance. Give them a chance first to see what they're going to do. So I didn't mess with the man. I didn't say nothing to him bad about it. We simply sent a letter saying, look, we have some people saying that some cheating took place over in North Clayton Middle School and a lot of different places. And where the assistant superintendent came in 2009, 2010, came in trying to cover this thing up and telling them just be quiet, just don't say anything about it. Well, that's against the law. What you mean don't say anything about it? Telling the teacher that. And their name go down on the list now for cheating. I mean, it's unbelievable. For cheating. The name is down on the list for cheating. And we simply asked Superintendent Beasley to investigate. Find out what happened. We know you wasn't the superintendent. We know Hitler was there. He wasn't no good. Well, we understand that. So we saying, sit down with us. We have some concerns for some teacher's name on the list. Let's get to the bottom of it. See, this is the problem that Caesar don't like. This is what Caesar don't like. Caesar don't like being ignored. Caesar don't like it. When you ignore Caesar, Caesar just go over your head. That don't make no difference with me. He ain't got to respond to my letter. I'm not upset because he didn't respond to our letter. It don't move. I just was giving him an opportunity to respond. I care less if he respond or not. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go down there and protest against the state assessment student achievement office because we sit there. We outlined that cheating took place, and that we felt it was covered up, and we have the information, we have the goods, and hey, it's time to shoot the ball. And we asked them to look into it. So we going down there to bring some awareness to it. Awareness to that we believe that was a cover up. Even the Clayton County had an independent company come in to see what inner teachers cheat. They had an independent company coming in 2009. I think it was when they were trying to get the accreditation back. And they had an independent company come in. Well, the independent company said it's no way a teacher could have cheated. It had to be someone with a key. And when school was out. But yet you don't hear from those people. But yet the teachers got to suffer. The teachers got to suffer. Their name is down on the list for cheating. One of our other workers, you know what I'm saying, one of our regional directors, Mr. Morrow, they had him down for being one of the cheaters. He didn't even teach the kid when he was at North Clayton. Here it is, don't mess up this man's name. This man tried to get jobs everywhere. Clayton County won't even hire him to be a basketball coach. This man is very intelligent. Ran for state senate. Very intelligent. We glad to have him part of our staff. Very intelligent. And they can't even get a basketball coaching position because this mess, I believe, because this mess that his name was marked on this list. So if you can't, superintendent, if you can't be a real superintendent, you want to be superintendent, you gave this big old speech about how the Lord have did all this stuff and came in and make these changes and we moving forward, then do what's right. Do the right thing. That's what I'm talking about. Do what's right. You need to do what is right and open up an investigation and find out why these teachers, your concerns, to call your staff and say, look, why are these teachers' name on this list for cheating and these folks didn't cheat? That's all we was asking the man to do. Why these teachers' name on the list that sent down to the state and we know these people did not cheat? Why? Why? What's so hard about that? See, I believe if you do not help uncover the mess and you in charge, I assume that you're part of the mess. You part of the cover-up. I just believe that. I believe that if you're not, because a superintendent didn't have anything to do with it, he wasn't superintendent, you want to get to the bottom of it. You want justice to take place. You want justice. When you don't want justice, I have to question that. I have to question your motive to why you don't want justice, to why you don't want to investigate. I have to question that. I would want the thing, as superintendent, I would want to close that chapter. I wanted to close that chapter so we can move ahead. But it's not fair. See, they want Mr. Foster, Larry Foster, and they won't even get this man a transfer. This man tried to transfer, would not give him a transfer back to North Clayton. They over there in North Clayton, they think that man did something, don't did something to a child, because they escorted him out of the school building. They think this man done something to a child or something over there in that community where he been there forever. He was just trying to go back over there so the community won't think that he has done something wrong. This man ain't done nothing wrong. When people can't handle the truth, then they do things like tactics, like Castro tactics, like try to move you, harass you and try to get you to resign or quit or retire or something, instead of dealing with the issue. Or a real superintendent deal with the issue. If you're a superintendent, you deal with the issue. You hit that thing head on. So the reason why we think he need to be terminated, and the reason why we think this superintendent must go, because this superintendent is missing in action. He's missing in action. We're not paying nobody to be missing in action. We're not spending money for the superintendent of Clayton County to be missing in action. Our money is, we pay tax, and then they're going to ask for an increase? They're asking for a millage rate increase? And the superintendent is missing in action? Wow. Unbelievable. So we saying this. We're going to get to the bottom of it. We're going to find out what happened, why those teachers' names was on that list. The Student Achievement Office, if Clayton County did what they did was right, I don't think they did. But if they did, we're going to find out at the Student Achievement Office. I want them to tell me why these teachers' name was on this list and how this list got to them. I want to know how the list got to them. Because evidently somebody set the list down and said it was some cheating. It was so bad that the Clayton County had to bring in an outside source. The outside source did an investigation. And I know Jamie Boy Wilson. I think it was Jamie Boy Wilson. He used to be superintendent. Don't got him a little business. He used to be superintendent. Came in and did an investigation. And said, teachers could have cheated. There's no way in the world they could have cheated. They didn't have a key. That means, who's left? Who a blind man can see. Who's left? The administration. Maybe the administration cheated. I'm not saying the administrator cheated. I'm not the one to say they cheat. I don't know. But I do know the teachers didn't cheat. And if they didn't cheat and the outside source came in, why are their names still on the list? And then and if the school system knows they didn't cheat, why did they didn't send a letter to the Student Achievement Office telling them to remove these teachers from the list? We had an independent company come in, consultant. We had an independent consultant to come in, more like insulting, not consulting, or insulting, insult these teachers. But we had an independent consultant to come in, and he found that it didn't happen. So we're asking for y'all to remove these teachers. Any teachers that on this list, we're asking y'all to please remove their names. And any teachers not in this charge, and you know your name on this list, if you don't, you need to call my office. And I'll tell you if your name on the list or not. Any teachers that name on the list, you need to call my office, and so you can join the charge. Because I'm talking about putting together a march in Clayton County. A march. We're gonna march all the way to the superintendent's office. Asking for, if we don't get any result, anything done, we're gonna have a march. I'm gonna organize a march that's gonna march straight to the superintendent's office, asking these teachers to be moved off this list. And I want every teacher that believes that these teachers' names should be on the list and they didn't cheat, to meet me down at the courthouse in Clayton County. Not from the court, I'm sorry, the old courthouse in Clayton County. Because we're going to march from that courthouse all the way to the Clayton County school system. It's going to be a humdinger. I already spoke to Richard Belcher. Sent him a couple of letters. I sent Richard Belcher a couple of letters. It's going to be a humdinger. We got to get to the bottom of how teachers are treated in Clayton County. APE's not going to stand for it. We are the Association of Professional Educators. APE. Somebody told me, a lady told me, APE. I said, no, APE is ape. Period. I'm seasoned. I'm home. Oh, APE is ape. You know, black folks have a problem with saying ape. And later was, she one of our members. And I got on to her. I had to get her straight. Talking about APE. I know she didn't want to say the word ape. That's all. I know how black folk. I'm black. I know we went through a lot. But it's ape. I founded this company. I know what it's called. I know the name of it. It's called ape. APE. I'm going to say APE too. Ape. That's how you spell it. APE. Maybe she was just trying to just say APE, but not saying ape, I guess. I don't know. But I prefer you to say ape. Call me about, and I'm Caesar. Tell everybody about it. Tell everybody. And we are tired of it. We're tired of these school systems. We're not GAE. We're not PAGE. We're not AFT. We're not Educators First. We are APE. We are a teacher organization, a rowdy one too. A rowdy teacher organization, aggressive. And we're going to stand and fight for the rights of teachers. Because the problem is today, the teachers not getting in this. Nobody really fighting for them, really. The other unions just taking their money from them. Teachers just paying all this money. They don't do nothing, just getting fired and terminated. I got people just constantly calling me part of these other unions and getting fired, getting terminated. Every time you turn around, they're getting fired. Because they're part of these other unions. They realize they ain't no good. They ain't going to fight. They don't advocate. And then they want APE to come in to do all the work. And I said, well, APE can do all the work, but you're going to pay APE. You're going to pay a pre-existing. You're going to pay APE. Because you've been paying these crazy unions. You should have joined and be a member of APE. You're going to spend money. You need to spend your money on a union going to fight for your rights. At least do that. So we're not playing. We don't have time to play. So, school board members, I hope you get a chance to listen to this episode. If not, I'll send you one person. I'll send you a copy. I'll send you a link to it. It's time to do something about Clayton County. Your superintendent is missing in action. That's what he is, missing in action. Okay? And somebody's going to let him hear this. I hope they do. And Superintendent Beasley, if you are listening, I hope you're listening. It's time for you to do something about these teachers' name on the list. Do something. Do something about it. If these teachers' name on the list that shouldn't be on the list, do something about it. Let these teachers know that I'm sure you was a teacher at one time, and you had to be a teacher before you was a superintendent. I mean, I'm sure you done went all through the ranks. Most superintendents do, most of them, not all of them. Because you got some superintendents just give them jobs because they like them. These attorneys, see, these attorneys put these people in place sometimes because they want the job as an attorney. So they'll write a letter in a heartbeat. They'll write a letter. They'll file for a letter in a heartbeat. As long as they're going to get paid, they'll file for a letter in a heartbeat. Well, guess what? APE has an attorney too. We can file a letter right back to you. We have attorneys. We have attorneys too. They can write just like your attorneys can write. And I can write too. I send you a letter too. So we're not afraid of your lawyers, your attorneys, and all that crap. You can just forget that because that don't scare. Putting one scare in my body. Yeah, I don't been through all types of things. I've been locked up in plenty jail, in Atlanta hotel jail. Trust me, I'm not afraid of no attorney. I promise you. Okay, so just clear that water. Call everything but a child of God. It treat me all kinds of ways in Clayton County. I have no fear when it comes to anything. No attorney, no police, or none of that. Okay. For just setting that for the record. We going down there and we're going to pick at the governor. And then we'll pick at the governor. We'll show come and pick at you. I can promise you that. I'll pick at the president too. If he was down in this area, we'll go pick at Donald Trump. So we don't care nothing about that. But we asking Superintendent Beasley to investigate what's going on with these teachers. I have people keep calling me about this list. I'm getting tired of it. Calling me about the names on this list over and over, and we asking you to investigate. We're sending the student achievement. I said you send a letter to the governor. Send a letter to the governor. And I know Kemp just came in. What was that? That other governor, Senator. Was it Purdue? I can't think it. Not Purdue. You know what I'm talking about. The one just left. Just can't think his name right now. Must wasn't no good. That's why I can't remember his name. Probably wasn't no good. But Kemp, I like Kemp. Because Kemp ain't afraid to shoot that ball. He's fighting to give teachers raises. He's getting rid of all that Common Core crap. He's doing everything he can to do what's right for teachers. I like Kemp. But I got to pick at him, though, if I don't get the results. Okay? It's just that simple. We thank you for listening to this episode. And I know some of you might think I'm irate and might be upset, but I assure you haven't seen me upset. I'm not upset at all. But I am very disgusted because the way teachers are treated all over the state of Georgia, it's really bad. It has gotten real bad. You know what I'm saying? It is getting bad to teach in school systems today. Teachers are going to be quitting. Teachers are quitting, looking for better jobs. And I remember a time teachers just love to teach. They enjoy teaching. They didn't care anything about the money. They just enjoy teaching. They love what they do. But that ain't the case anymore because now you go and you're not supported. Teacher try to go and teach and the kid act crazy, the old crazy kid. These old crazy parents sending these crazy kids to the school and they ain't got no discipline and they can't handle them at home. Then how they expect the teacher to handle them? And every time the teacher try to do something with the child, they fire the teacher and say the teacher must have hit the kid or something. They just say anything just to get rid of the teacher. When I was working in the school system, they would support this teacher. Then if the teacher was a bad teacher, of course they got rid of the teacher if they could find that the teacher was wrong. Don't get me wrong now. They did. They really done that. But what I'm talking about, what they doing today is they just find teachers left and right. They believe the children over the professionals, the teachers. Something's wrong with that. Something's just wrong with that. We need to bring superintendents back. See, what I was advocating for, and I'm going to be talking to Governor Kemp, I'm advocating for getting rid of these hired superintendents that hired by the board. I'm going to keep on pushing for legislation legislation that will change the Constitution, the Georgia Constitution, back to allowing superintendents to run for office. And you must live in the community. Because if you don't live in the community, you don't have no love for no school. So I don't care what they tell you. Talking about my children. First thing the superintendents come in, talking about for the children, my children. As soon as somebody pay them more money, they go to another state, Texas, talking about my children, my children. They don't care about no children. They don't care about nobody. They just care about their pockets. They don't care about no children. Don't even listen to that mess. Talking about for the children. You're for the children, you show up for work. If you're for the children. If you're for the children, your salary don't have to be so high. If you're for the children. You ain't for no children. You're for the pocket. You're for your pockets. That's what you're for. And so we need to get elected. The superintendents need to be elected again. And not only that, I'm also pushing for the chair. All the chair of Georgia, a school board chair. If you're the chair of school board, you should run for that position. That position, you should have to run for it. If you're going to be the chairman of the school board, it should be the chairman should, just like the commission, a chairman has to run. School board chairman should have to run too. Well, I'll be talking to my friend Sandra Scott about that. You know what I'm saying? The Honorable Sandra Scott. That's out here working. Sandra Scott is one of the best state representatives that we have in Georgia, in my opinion, because she advocates and she fights for what is right. She's an advocate, and I just, when I served on the school board with her, and she has always stood up for what was right. I don't care. You might not like her politics, but Miss Honorable Scott will tell you right quick. She don't care if you don't like her politics. She gonna fight for the children. She gonna do what's right for our children, and that's why I support her 100%. Because she's for the children. It was me that got her to running and helped got her elected the first go around, and she been down at the state capitol ever since. Because you know why people elect her and why people trust her? Because she does what is right for the community. She does what's right for the children, the parents. She fights for what is right. I see the Honorable Sandra Scott, she be everywhere fighting for teachers' rights. She's everywhere fighting in every county, fighting for it. Anytime she strongly believes that is injustice anywhere. It's injustice everywhere. She believes that. And she fights everywhere. I may look on TV, she's way down in Columbus, Georgia. Turn on television, she may be way over in Macon. Totally just fighting everywhere. And I respect that. I respect a woman like her. And so we are looking, and it's time to organize in Clayton. It's time to start back organizing and making sure that we're choosing the right leaders to lead us. It's time to start doing that. And I'm going to be in the forefront of that this year. Making sure that we are getting the right people elected, making sure the right people are serving on our school boards. If they're not the right people, I'm going to be having people running against them to get them off. We need the right people. Same thing for the commission. Same thing for the state representatives and all that. We got to take charge of our county. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you for listening to the Caesar Morning Show. It used to come on more. I know it's not morning, but thank you for listening. And we'll see you next time. Take care.
Welcome to the Caesar Morning Show, brought to you by the Association of Professional Educators. APE, the most powerful and aggressive teachers union of the South, protecting Georgia teachers from bad drive-by evaluations. Remember, you'll never find peace of mind without APE. For protection, contact us at myapenow.com or call us at 770-347-8797. The Caesar Morning Show warns teachers of principal clowns in America. To find out if your principal is a principal clown of America, go to myapenow.com. That's myapenow.com. Or call us at 770-347-8797. If you are a member who would like to add your principal to the clown list, email us at aggressiveprotection@yahoo.com. Now, let's talk about these clowns with Caesar. Hello, teachers. My name is Steven, one of the producers here on the Caesar Morning Show. I am excited to be a part of the APE organization, an organization that aggressively fights for the right of teachers. Mr. Haynes, our president, understands just how bad Georgia teachers need aggressive representation, and this is one of the reasons he's devoted over 20 years of his life aggressively fighting for classroom educators in Georgia. If you are sick and tired of being treated unprofessionally by any Georgia school system, join our movement today. I always ask our president jokingly, we need teachers, but he always seriously replies to me, Stephen, APE doesn't need teachers, teachers need APE. Teachers, don't play with your career. Join APE today. Go to myapenow.com or call us at 770-347-8797. Don't waste your money on these fake teachers unions like GAE. They have no teeth. Page Toothless, AFT, Gumless, or Educators Last. I mean first. Join the APE Black Panthers, the most powerful teachers union of the South. Teachers, Stephen here. So that you know, the APE organization is fully staffed with highly educated and experienced personnel. And we'd like you to meet our staff who makes the APE organization the powerhouse it is today. Mr. Haynes, you know him. Mr. Haynes is off the chain. Mr. Haynes is our president and CEO. Dr. Gabriel A. Daniels, APE Special Counsel. Attorney Daniels is very effective in the courtroom, and he's known for his fast, aggressive cross-examination. APE truly pities any person cross-examined by him. Mrs. Alencia Martin Haynes, Office Manager. Mr. Larry Foster, Chief Regional Director. Mr. Roderick Collier, Regional Director of the North District. Mr. James Morrow Jr., Regional Director of the South District, and Mr. Leroy Walker, APE Communication Director. Now, if you're ready to be a part of the most aggressive teachers union in the South, go to myapenow.com or call us at 770-347-8797. You'll never find peace of mind without APE. We're putting a stop to bad drive-by evaluations on teachers.